So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weekend Warriors podcast, the Weekend podcast, and I'm here, your host again for this episode. This is episode number
Three.
Three?
I think it's three.
Yeah, I think it's 3. So episode 3, and we have a guest from the fighting game community here, and his name is.
I'm Kush.
And his name is Kush.
yeah. My name is Kush. My real name is Kusairi. So, it was a part of it's like a show.
Yeah. And then we have, he was in episode 2 last time.
I'm back. Mizan, also known as Zui. Yeah.
Zui is the fighting game community. So how are you guys doing today? How's the weather?
Hot.
Early of the month,
Yeah, it's been okay, I guess. It's been an alright day.
So this is the first time we met.
Yeah.
You have a marvelous beard.
Thank you very much.
Do you keep it like, do you zagaga, or like is it just like
it just comes naturally? I shave like 2 weeks and it's like this.
Oh, it grew out when you were 16, right?
No. When I was 21 is when I start having it like this.
Yo.
Like I'm already 23. It's not growing.
I can't even grow like a sideburn. It's like for me, like it's this side. It's like grows at the end. On the left side, nothing grows at all.
I just shaved a little bit of this cheek part last week.
Oh?
Yeah, now it's back. So it's a double-edged sword, It's cool, but you get a lot of maintenance.
It does have a lot of maintenance. So here we are again. We're going to be talking a little bit more about Tekken, fighting game community, all of that fun stuff. So, like, I already asked Miza, like, how he got into it, What about you?
You just laughed at that?
No, because you asked me this question a few days ago. I'm like, what was he asking me? Like, how I got into fighting? Who asked it?
No, it's not me, it's the age.
Alright, fine. Okay. How I got into the fighting game community?
Yeah, fighting game community, Tekken, and the story of like how you came here today.
The story of Kush.
Yeah, the story.
All right.
Yo,
That's sick.
Yeah. Okay, so it was in 2009. I started off as I was just playing Tekken. Actually, I started playing Tekken 5 DR first with my friends on PSP. Playing in school.
Yeah, playing in school.
Don't do that. But yeah, you were playing in school and then eventually, anticipation of Tekken 6, we were really excited. Me and my friends were really hyped. And then when the game dropped, I just started playing a lot of online.
Yeah.
My friend introduced me to this one player. His name is Yusri. He's back now. Yeah. He's back again. He's kind of an old school Tekken player. He's a dad now with a bunch of kids. But yeah. So he invited me to this arcade tournament.
Arcade tournament.
Yeah,
in Brunei.
Yeah, at the mall.
Oh,
that arcade.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
The only one of the OG arcades.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so he invited me to this tournament, and that's how it happened. I guess I joined the tournament. I got 4th place because it was because they were like, hey, it's a new guy. I'll just go whatever. But yeah, I got hooked as soon as I won my first match. And you know how FGC is kind of famous for being hype, being really exciting. That was my first hands-on seen it in person and experience because the arcade was kind of cramped. It was just one machine. And
one machine?
Yeah. It was just one machine with I think 20 or 30 guys behind me just cramping right behind me, just watching the games. Yeah, and so as soon as I won the game, everyone just was like, oh, you guys know that meme of that guy like, oh. Yeah, it's exactly like that. But it was behind me. I had to do this. It was too loud.
Oh, can you no? It's very, very loud.
Yeah, but it was my experience on this thing.
Yeah.
As soon as that happened, I was really. As soon as that happened, I was hooked to the whole FGC concept, and I met a few friends along the way. I met some guys his name's Fergus, and then he introduced me to more people, and it just kept going.
Everything goes even more.
Yeah, and I think I just stuck to it up until where I am now. I guess I've been part of the community.
Oh, so do you play anything else besides for Tekken?
Yeah, funny you mentioned that. And that time also, I also found another community through my other friends for Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Yeah, this was Street Fighter 4. I played a lot of that as well. Yeah, so they had a smaller community, but I was kind of juggling between the two.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of fighting games to play. I had Street Fighter. We had MVC.
Oh, Marvel vs.
Capcom. They were the same guys though, playing all the other games that aren't Tekken. The
Yeah.
Tekken guys are very exclusive to Tekken, and everything else is just the same guys.
Yeah.
So
what about Smash?
I don't play Smash personally because I only started playing Smash in Ultimate. But,
Insane, actually. I didn't really play Smash for the Wii U, so that's gonna be a bit interesting. And like from the signs here, I think. What was this? Are you planning on coming in, sir? You want to come in? I don't know, man. We kind of have like a very limited amount of space here. So like, you're blocking the camera. Okay, we'll
sorry, guys. Sorry.
You get to see a very nice shot of
his bum.
back.
Yes.
Shoulders.
Can we cut that?
Maybe we can. So back again. This is podcast episode number 3, and we here have one of the founding warriors, Mr. Hadiawal.
Yes.
Welcome back. He was in episode 1. We made an introduction and everything.
Nice
And this is Khus.
Nice to meet you.
And
Mizan.
Meet Mizan before.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to see you again. Yeah. It's not the first time.
It's not the first
It's not
time.
the first time.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Oh yeah.
And according to our producer there, we need to scooch in a little bit right inside. Yeah, just drag it in. Yeah.
Should
drag
it be
up
like this?
Or should
Is it fine?
Or should we go like? Can he be a little bit more in?
It's fine.
It's fine. 100%. No regrets.
No regrets. As long as you can maintain that, we're good.
So you're just gonna sit like that for quite a while.
Yeah, typical.
That's fine.
So
comfortable?
what's
very
Yeah.
good? So what you do?
Okay, sorry.
You know that's gonna be.
We can cut that off, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we just cut it off.
this will be fine.
We can, but probably not.
Man.
It
Alright,
should
sure.
be
Right.
like.
Okay, sure, bro.
So what brings you here, sir?
So
What's
I'm
up?
just checking around the people here, man.
Oh, you're just going around.
How it's gonna go for the next tournament here.
Yeah, so we are
Taking
gonna
it
be
off.
having like our first ever Tekken tournament.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on Sunday, and for later tonight we're gonna have like a normal casual
Casual
scrims
games,
fighting
yeah.
against people. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah,
And you
really
did lend
excited.
us your PS4. We really appreciate it so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Why the black PS4, not the glacier white?
I don't have a glacier white PS1.
I know, but
That's
why
the
did
original
why
options.
the black one? Was that like your?
Oh,
first?
that was there were no other options back then.
I mean, yeah, true. It's just the
That was
black.
kind of new.
Weekend Warrior does not have any, racism. This is just based on our opinions.
It's just colors of the
Colors.
PS4.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Tekken. So speaking of Tekken, we're
Come
talking
on, man.
about.
I started playing like when I was like young.
Youngins.
Yeah, young and broken. But serious, like, I have a soft spot for Tekken since I was like.
Same.
When I started playing back when Nizon actually introduced me again to Tekken, I was like,
Yeah, man, take a second.
mind blowing, man.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I'm not good at
Nostalgic.
Tekken. I'm bad at it. Me too.
What a liar, man.
Liar.
We're all bad.
Nice.
We are.
We'll be winning tournaments if we say we were good at tech.
Yeah. we have this thing called the commentary curse. So
Sunburn.
so if we say something good, karma will happen.
Yeah. And we never say anything good about our best player, so he kept winning. We're just always angry that he kept winning, so it just kept happening.
And like, I think he is like what? How old is he?
He's I think coming
He's 17 now.
Bro.
already. Yeah, man, he's
He's
17.
He's coming 18 late this year.
Yeah.
But still, Huffy.
One of our champions, Huffy. Yeah.
Happy.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about him.
Yeah, you've said a
In,
lot about him.
yeah, in
Yeah.
the Tekken community as well.
And
Yeah.
if you see
I've
like
seen
he's
it.
just talking, trash about his character, no, it's not.
Yeah.
He knows better.
Speaking of character,
What do you think
actually,
about Noctis?
no, hold on,
No.
hold on right there. Leroy is so broken, man.
Yeah, we had this talk before.
Literally
We've been talking about him for 1 month now.
I actually
Legit
played
one month.
him last night, and I
Oh.
actually destroyed everyone just by
man.
using
the
Leroy
character.
itself.
The character has too many utilities. Like, at least have a few weaknesses, but his weaknesses compared to the other characters are like redundant.
Yeah.
So redundant. Even with the nerfs from S plus to S, it's.
Is that even enough?
What's it take?
Like Leroy, he was really exciting when they first announced the character.
Yeah,
It's an old character, right?
Yeah.
No,
He's a new character.
He's a new character.
Relatively,
Yeah,
yeah.
people thought. When they announced him, they thought it was Wong Jinrei.
Waalaikumsalam.
Sudah start.
Hello.
Cut. Cut.
And welcome back. We apologize for the interruptions, but now we are back here. We're gonna be talking about we're gonna continue what we're talking about essentially. So I was complimenting him off air, sort of. Like, he has a very beautiful voice.
Yes, he
I
is.
really I love
he
it.
is.
Very
Yes.
majestic
Thank
beard,
you,
too.
thank you.
So, like, and we were talking about the show, like, how you happen?
How do I?
He was born during.
Can you rephrase the question again, like, with what you were, like,
Yeah,
living?
do you have any mixes?
Mixed race and all.
Yeah, mixed race.
I'm Malay. I'm half Malaysian, half Bruneian. I don't think that counts as a race, but
Okay.
Malay,
actually look
still
like-
100% Malay.
You actually look like a
Arab.
Arab from
Yeah.
the east
there's
side.
some of that.
Huh?
My
on the line,
okay.
line.
My grandmother on my dad's side is full Chinese. She's like from mainland, which is weird because you don't see any of it.
Yeah, I know,
But
right?
like my dad though, on my dad's side is I believe he's Pakistani.
Oh, yeah, that makes
Alright.
sense.
Yeah, that makes
We were
sense.
talking about that. And, Pakistanis are like gods in Tekkens right now.
Never been so proud. Like
yeah. My like 10%.
10%.
So that's on your Datopia sideline.
Mm.
Yeah.
So we were
That's
talking
actually
about like Tekken characters.
Right,
as well.
right.
We were wondering how Leroy Jenkins became.
Leroy Jenkins, yeah.
Because like think about it, all I know about like the word Leroy
Leroy
Jenkins was
Jenkins.
like a meme.
Yeah,
that's all
true.
it is.
It is,
I
it
don't know about this
is.
stuff, man.
Because like
So I wasn't in the World of Warcraft. because,
exactly.
Yeah.
No one was, and then until like
And suddenly
Leroy
Leroy
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
It
And
became a
oh,
character.
Warcraft, damn.
It became a character. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
So, I'll just tell a bit, backstory of Leroy.
Go on.
He's so cool. Also, like he like the place where he was before was like in chaos. So he went to China to learn Wing Chun, go back to get his revenge. That backstory is already cool.
That makes sense because the thing is, I thought Leroy,
Leroy.
his techniques are mostly like
Yeah.
Bruce
Wing Chun.
Lee's stuff.
Yeah,
Bruce Lee, Ip Man style.
Yes,
Ip
yes.
Man. Because you can see
Because
a lot
I
of
can see the all
familiarity.
doing the 1-inch punch as
Yeah,
well.
it's
So that was it was a Bruce Lee stuff, No,
So-
it doesn't have that.
Yeah.
So continuing on when he first released.
Right. Oh yeah, I want to add on further to that. He is really cool, right? Like when he was announced, everybody got really excited
Hype.
because he looks really cool and he looks like
is.
he played really fun.
Yeah.
Nobody knew this was in
The
like
first
Was it
announcement.
October?
I like the
Evil.
topless skin.
Evil.
Man. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
that's the best.
August was the first time
they
they
announced him
Japan.
in August.
Yeah.
Everybody was really excited. I had to wait like I don't know how
3
long.
months.
3 months. Yeah.
So then the finals of Tekken, they actually announced him again. Then we were so hyped. When's the release? 2 days from now.
Yeah, they like to do that. On a big event like, when's the release of this character? Day after tomorrow. You already have it. Something like that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's cool because like when he first got released,
Uh-huh.
the Ip Man 4 movie came out, right?
Oh yeah,
I,
yeah.
that cannot be coincidental. First of all,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they wanted to make it coincide on the
Yeah,
timeline.
They probably planned it out, to be
Yeah.
honest. Let's be
Yeah,
real here.
and his moves are very, very.
Ip Man.
Yeah, it's very. I
Very,
know
very
this
ip.
because
Very Ip Man.
I never watched the first 3
Uh-huh.
prior. I had to watch it like 3 days before watching 4.
Yo,
And
I mean,
it was still
Kumo.
fresh. The moves were exactly the same. Like the one that he punched to the floor, it's
Yeah.
exactly the same. The animation looks nothing different. Like,
Yeah.
On the face.
Okay, so how good
Yeah.
is it, man? I personally have not watched One Piece, any of it.
Serious?
but
Really?
never know.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
never really
man,
good.
you
They're
need to
really
You
good.
really need to
Yeah.
watch it.
Well, I have something to add now.
It's
For
really
real.
good.
Like,
Like-
even if you binge watch it, I think you can watch it like.
Yo,
Oh, it's already the 4th one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I binge
Yeah.
watched it. It's really good.
serious.
Okay, speaking of Tekken characters,
Right.
what do you think of Noctis, Lucius Cain?
Oh, he's Noctis.
Lucius Cain. His full name.
That's his full name. Yep. But
It's
now,
actually interesting because like Tekken has somehow like each individual characters has its own storyline behind it. Somehow
Oh.
one characters and one character can somehow relate to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's how
Like
they play
Jin
around their
and-
story,
Yeah,
right?
You know,
Yep.
you remember they told me
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that stuff as
totally.
well. It was actually interesting that they
Mhm.
actually make this kind of stories as well.
maybe answer his first question first.
Yeah.
Which one was it? Oh,
Noctis.
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 Right.
What do you think of him as a character? Is he fun? Is he actually good?
Noctis, when he was out when the game season 2, right?
Season
Was it 1 or
One.
2? Oh, so
One.
he's been out for a while now.
Yeah.
Everyone was kind of still
surprise.
surprised about the release because like they first announced Geese. It was Geese first, right?
Oh, that was sick.
That kind of makes sense, but that was still a surprise because it was from another fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
But not really because they had a Kuma in the first place.
Yeah.
But everyone was expecting like, oh, it's gonna be another fighting game character.
Yeah.
No, they threw it out of the window. It's Noctis. So everyone's like, wait, who's this guy? And it's a Final Fantasy 15.
So it's like, oh crap, it's not this like all the weeps.
Yeah.
all
It also made sense because they announced him. I think they announced him in Japan, right?
Yeah.
It was a cup noodle sponsored event.
Oh my god! It was.
It
It was
was
like Final Fantasy.
It was everywhere.
Oh god,
Yeah,
that was
so-
sick.
Because like I think Cup Noodle was in Final. It is in Final Fantasy.
It is.
15.
It
You
is.
can like there's a proper if you want to get food in Final Fantasy 15, it's there. Cup
Cup
Noodle.
noodle. It was whose favorite again? Forgot his name.
Gladiolus, I think. Yeah, the big
yeah,
guy.
yep.
Yo, have you played Final Fantasy 15?
Didn't finish it.
Oh, what?
Why are you feeling offended?
Because it's a good game. I love that game.
Okay.
I'll try to get. It's with my buddy right now. I'll try to get it back into it another day.
Okay, so back to Noctis. How is
Yeah.
he gameplay wise?
Oh,
I really like him. I want to get good at him because I'm bad at it.
he's an easy character. He's very simple to pick, and I think like he has certain things that he's really good at. There's some things we call like as characters. There are noob killers.
Scrub killers.
Yeah, scrub killers. Where
Scrub
like
killers.
you will easily win against the newbie. Some characters can't do that. You know,
Mhm.
if you're playing Steve, there's a lot more things you need to know before you pick up that guy. But if you're playing Noctis,
you can just press.
you can press buttons and the newbie will just die.
Yep.
Basically. But he's also viable in a top level play, but he's not as good as
The other
Leroy.
like Leroy.
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 Yeah, Leroy.
Broken.
Still broken.
Too
I don't know,
broken,
man.
man.
So anything hype waiting for like season 3?
The
Season
nerfs of
threes.
Leroy. That's what we're waiting for.
But
man.
like 5%, huh?
Now like about 10%. I think like there's gonna be the nerf coming
I
soon.
don't know.
Again?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they
it's
nerfed
not
him
enough.
already.
It's not enough.
After the Tekken World Tour Finals, they announced like, okay, we're gonna nerf Leroy.
So
But
they
they announced Evo Japan. My bad.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
yo.
They announced the nerfs. We had the list. Everyone was kind of like, okay, we'll see how this goes.
Uh-huh.
The nerf didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
He went. Imagine
doesn't do
from like
anything.
I don't know.
Powerful,
He
man.
went from like a 500 brake horsepower car to like a 498. That's
Bro.
what it feels like. You're
498?
yeah. You really don't feel anything. It's still
Yeah.
he's still really good. Everything
Yeah.
that makes him really good is still there. And the kind of unfairness, a lot of people are just like giving Tekken players flack for complaining about Leroy, but
Yeah.
the kind of unfairness is kind of like Tekken has an ebb and flow to your gameplay. You have turns. Like if I'm pressuring you, you're not supposed to press anything or you're just gonna get
Yeah.
punished. He doesn't do that.
Leroy, it's always his turn.
It's always his turn.
Yeah.
He breaks the
Busted.
game.
That happened, you know.
He
Last
legit
night.
breaks the game.
Because I feel
What's
like
up?
Cause
I'm
like-
like looking at Mizan play this now. He has a lot of parries or counters
Yeah,
per
yeah.
se.
Yeah.
Why? That's broken.
Yep. Now, something. Okay, let's say he has the parry. His other moves aren't supposed to be as powerful, because like it has like a short. What do you call that?
Sure.
No, like about minus frames. Like a bit so short, like -3.
Oh, just safe moves.
Yeah, safe
General.
moves, like a lot of safe moves. Hello, compared to let's say, Steve. Okay, he has a lot of safe moves to do, but he has a hard time to parry. He has a hard time to launch.
Yeah.
It's fair for Steve, but then giving the launchers, giving the parry to Leroy, it's so stupid.
Yeah, it's
so
kind of
stupid.
like you're not even playing the same game anymore because
Oh.
let's just say like there's two.
It's like another fighting game.
I don't know. It's kind of like
Should we ban Leroy from the tournament?
some tournaments actually ban him.
They do?
Yeah, they do, but
The
like
small- the
not a
small
lot,
tournaments.
just very small ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can't stand him. Because it's kind of like you're playing. It's almost like imagine playing football. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have like some special kasut.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what Leroy is. It's just unfair all around.
Yeah,
Right.
most definitely
Yeah.
unfair.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense because I feel like Leroy, just looking at like Mizan play, is so busted.
But he's so cool looking.
Oh,
does.
That's
Yeah,
the
he
worst
does.
part.
Yeah.
We want to play
We
because
want
he
to
looks
play him.
cool, but
Yeah.
Because he's too, we were like not touching him.
the negative connotations if you pick that guy in character select, everybody just. That's what's happening right now. Yeah.
Like you don't have to see us. You see evil.
Evo Japan, there's
like
8 players, right?
the-
Yeah.
There's 6 Leroys in there.
Oh
Bro,
my.
Legit.
Yep.
So it's just Leroy v. Leroy.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other two were Julia and Bob.
Yo, Julia is
Bob.
actually really kind of
She's strong, but she's underrated. That's the thing.
What's
Yeah,
really funny
'cause-
about the thing, back in Tekken 6, this
This happened.
the same thing happened.
with Julia.
No, not Julia, but with Bob.
Bob.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bob
Bob
too.
was busted.
But then he came back in Tekken 7. Everyone was kind of cheering for Bob. It kind of messed us up because didn't we used to hate this guy?
You know what?
It's kind of one of those things. Wow.
Hated him, but now like kind of not.
He's the lesser evil.
Yeah.
There it is.
I mean, like comparing that to
Bob
Leroy.
is actually really fast as well with his moves.
As fat as he is.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I want to be like that.
Oh my god, dude.
Not as good as Leroy. Though.
Yeah, not as good as you. I mean, I look at Leroy. And Noctis is always on his phone.
You can use the, what do you call this? Your main character, and then I'll use Leroy.
Oh, whatever.
I'll just
Piss
put it
off.
in.
But for now, it's fine to not ban him. There's only like one guy who uses him.
Yeah, Brunei.
Only one guy.
Really?
No.
No, as a tournament goer.
In the tournament, yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's only
okay.
one guy.
Okay, so besides Tekken, have you know in like a different fighting game? Like okay, this one, Gundam Extreme versus
Law. I know the game, but I don't really touch it.
nobody touches it. I mean, not here in Brunei. It's like a proper arcade game in Japan, apparently.
Like
I
Singapore.
think I saw it when I was there. I didn't play it.
Yeah. Okay, but that's just it. Really. No, that's like a small. I'm a Gundam guy.
Oh yeah, you are.
So like that's just like a
see
kind of game.
you make your own collections.
Yes, I do have make my own collections. So if you can see like cuts and bruises, that's from where it is. Yep.
Sounds fun.
Sounds fun.
Most definitely. But yeah, FGC Tekken. Is there gonna be a new Tekken?
We're not sure. It's either season 4 for Tekken or it's Tekken 8.
Yeah.
The hopes for Tekken 8 doesn't seem likely.
Yeah. They like to take Namco likes to take their time with new Tekken games. It's almost like, but it's always at least a 5-year gap.
5-year gap.
No,
Year
but
to the next
that's the problem. Now it's already 7 years
Really?
for Tekken.
Yeah.
Ever since the arcade version.
But they should actually improve the, what do you call this? The graphics. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look a little bit
So
dated.
most likely we're waiting for the next gen if we're gonna see a new Tekken.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean that would make more sense.
Yeah.
They'll be better.
So it's either like
I'm probably gonna start from there as well.
Oh, sure.
PS5 keluar, then maybe like a few months later, maybe Tekken 8 keluar.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah.
most probably.
But again, with buying new DLC and everything.
Yeah, dude. But for us, it's a good investment, you know,
Yeah.
because we're not taking this thing like,
Can
I'm just gonna play this for one day, then I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
I've been playing this game since 2017 when it came out in
right.
console, and I'm still playing the game.
Yeah.
We talked about this last night, right?
talked
On
about this
Steam.
last night. I asked him, how many hours do you have in Tekken on Steam? You had like
1,000.
So you said he,
1,300.
oh
He
my
had,
god.
he had 1,310. I had 1,349
Yo,
hours,
hours.
and this is excluding PS4.
those hours is what I had for CS:GO.
Oh, the
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that. A lot of
that's a
people's
lot of time.
accounts, like a lot of and Dota, a lot of 1,000s.
Yeah, a lot of Dota CS:GO.
I never thought I
Mine's
would actually
pro-
reach it.
Mine's probably R6. That's it.
R6. I'm surprised I don't have no.
I don't think it's even 1,000, man.
I know.
It's
Mine is
around
all
200.
500.
That's it. Stop.
But like still though, that's a good game.
Yeah.
1,000.
So okay, another question for both of you. The gamepads, like the controller or the gamepads, which would you prefer?
Fighting stick. You mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
fighting
yeah.
stick
Fighting
or
stick for me.
controller.
100%.
This is a
Why?
You go ahead.
For me first.
Yeah.
Well, depend on the character you choose. Because my main, Jin Kazama, he's basically like one of the high, technical character. Like some moves are much preferable by using fighting sticks, especially the movement. Movement is so important in Tekken. So like movement wise and like this thing called electric, it's so much easier using fighting sticks. That's why I prefer to use it. However, in terms of whether which is better, fighting sticks or pad, I would say both or one of them are good. Because right now the reigning champion is using pad to win the tournaments, you know? Like, it's not fair. Like, I'm using this $300 fighting stick and he's just using an $80 pad
Controller,
stick
yeah.
controller and he's
Yeah.
winning. Like, damn it. Maybe
You're
I
so
should maybe I should not have bought this, you know?
Yeah, It's definitely personal preference
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I play on arcade stick personally.
Mhm.
That's because I came from an arcade stick background.
Yeah.
I told you earlier I went
Yeah,
to the arcade tournament first.
Yeah, most of them.
That's where I played with them. I didn't
Yeah.
play. I didn't start playing with them on this.
Mhm.
So it just kind of stuck with me since 2009. Yeah. So since then, it's been just second memory for me. But there's other controllers. I'll throw you a curveball nowadays. They're called the Hitbox. It's basically like a big ass arcade stick
Like a
with
stick.
no stick. It's just buttons.
Oh yes,
It's,
yeah.
It's like
I've
a
seen-
WASD. There's a two buttons.
No,
for
not the
pressing.
WSD. Hitbox is like the.
Oh no, wait, no, yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically all buttons.
Yeah. It's just 8 buttons for your attacks, and then you have another 4
Movement.
for your movement. Yeah.
So in your mind, I know you're thinking that's stupid. It's not stupid. It's too OP.
Yeah.
I mean, you have like 10 fingers, so you can practically
Yeah.
use.
It's like you're writing an essay every time. You do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So whenever it clicks,
It's
put
funny.
double line. No. Playing
This fighting, this stick hitbox is like game changing. Because like for the fighting stick, for the lever, there's only one time you can press forward and you can press back, right? But for the hitbox, you can press both at the same time.
Yeah, because you have.
Yeah, that's why it's game changing. So there's some games where you can just hold one button and then you can
Yo,
do.
that's busted.
Yeah,
That
is
is
busted.
busted. See, it is.
Yeah.
That's why some tournaments. Some hitbox like they changed that.
Yeah.
Like, you can't press it both at the same time.
Yeah.
So now it's really
Oh,
proper.
So,
like,
I guess I'll get technical about this. But there's also another controller. It's called the Mixbox.
cross up.
Mixbox. No. I'll talk about that later. Mixbox is, the keyboard, WASD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just took that and put that on an arcade stick.
Why?
It's those 4 with the arcade buttons. Again, busted. That's also like way
It's
too good.
essentially
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a preference if you want to do it like this or you want to
Or
do it
you
like
wanna
this.
do it
Yeah.
So what happens if you're on a pad or an
Mhm.
arcade stick?
Yeah.
He already mentioned you can only go in one direction.
Yeah.
You can't press back when you're already
Yeah.
pressing forward,
You
right?
gotta be like very quick.
Unless you split the stick in half or something, it's not gonna happen. So it's kind of a thing where when it first came out,
Uh-huh.
you guys played Street Fighter.
No, but I have seen people play.
I've
So
seen
Street Fighter, you have a character when
Zam.
you know Gal, right?
Not some
He
game.
he throws out the sonic booms.
Yeah.
So how you do that is you have to hold back and then you tap forward and a punch button.
So,
So that's how you do the special move.
so
you hold back.
preferably,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
when you are running away
Yeah.
and then you press forward so that it comes out.
Oh.
But on a hitbox, you can hold back and you can hold forward. You can still do the.
Oh, yeah. So macam dia kedapan, macam
Yeah,
kedapan.
yeah, yeah.
I get it,
So
I get it.
technically,
It's
he can
impossible to
just-
do everywhere else except for this controller.
Yeah.
He can just technically not move if he just holds everything. It's
Yeah.
like shoot.
Yeah.
Yo, no.
Yeah, it's technically
No,
They-
that's annoying.
They fixed it later on by doing. They have this thing with jig they put inside the hitbox where if you try to press two
Buttons at the same time.
directions at the same time, it'll just stay neutral.
Yeah.
So at least that's fair.
Yeah.
But that's also like an advantage if you play Tekken, because that's how we do our movements. So again, going back to the stick and controller thing, right now arcade stick and controllers are pretty much whatever. You can pick whichever. It's the same. You have no advantage over each other.
Yeah.
But the mixed boxes, definitely advantages because you're not tired when you use them.
Yeah.
Sticks, we get
Yeah,
tired.
you got to.
Yeah, you do.
And there's another contraption that just came
Another
out. Yeah. I already mentioned mixed box. I mean
Oh,
hitbox, right?
yeah.
Box, yeah.
So they added like a stick next to the hitbox.
It's trash.
So you have 8 plus 4 buttons, and you have the lever right there.
Why?
Just cheat, I guess. It's not. I don't know.
How would so you only have like on the left side to move, and you have another stick.
So
How
basically
that
it's like
Don't tap the table. It's
oh sorry.
Yeah.
So like, it's like the usual 8 buttons. The usual 8 buttons, and then there's an extra 4 for the movement.
Yeah.
So there's 2 buttons for movements. 2 options for
Yeah.
movements.
The stick.
But
and
you
the-
can use both at the same time.
You can.
You can.
It's there.
It's there. So there's this one.
No.
So as I was saying, there's this move called an electric, right? So the movement is you press forward, you let it go to neutral. So kalapaskan the lever. You press down and down forward at the same time. So it's for beginners. Macam it took me. I have to practice every day so that I can be perfect at it.
Uh-huh.
Tapi for the cross up,
They call it a cross-up, by the way.
Oh yeah, they call it
It's a cross-up.
cross-up.
Yeah, a cross-up.
One day, kau balik terus, you can do 20 at the same time. Macam dapat for a day.
Oh my god.
So
Aku payah kan dapat 20.
So basically, us legacy players on controller and stick, we had to learn certain things. If you buy this cross-up, you don't need to learn any of it. Just
So-
go straight to
So
it.
basically, fighting game is a pay to win now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically,
How much would that thing
Oh,
cost?
yeah, how much?
By any chance?
I think it's on pre-order right now. It's not even available yet.
Really?
It costs
It's not-
$350.
Brunei or
USD.
Whoa,
Champion
man.
So pay to win.
Yeah, man.
That's
Shipping
literal
lagi apa?
But you can, come on.
Shipping is probably around like 30.
Yeah,
Man,
it's
probably
around
50.
Yeah, 50
Yeah,
USD.
but
You-
still though,
I don't think you can use that in tournaments.
it's not supposed
You
to.
can.
But it is
So-
legal now.
So even
Whatever.
in like proper TWT tournaments, you can use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evo announced it as a legal option to use. It's
Feels
kind
bad.
of unfair because legit some things are just impossible to do. Like you said, the electric thing.
Yeah.
So if you do an electric, you have to stand up. Right. I'm just gonna say this. I'll just make it easy. That you have to stand up when you have to do electrics. So this is a really fast move, really fast punish.
Yeah.
On a cross up, you can do it while you crouch down. It's impossible. You can't do that while you're crouching down, but you can do that here.
So
And
So
and
it's unfair.
and
It is
it
unfair.
requires little effort.
pay to win, huh?
It is
Yeah.
really win. So there's two things we're not happy in the FGC around the world. It's a Leroy and the cross up. I think I kept you guys up to speed so far.
Yeah.
So are you guys planning to get it? If you can get it, would you get it?
Of course.
no, like hesitation.
No, of course. Of
Big,
course.
big no for me though, but yeah, sure. Do you?
I'm doing it.
That would be so fun. I would want to see that.
I showed to and I just won. I'm like, I didn't even know what I just did. I
Oh,
don't,
I win.
I don't even play Kazuya, but okay.
Ooh, win.
What?
But yeah, going back to the what do you call this? The stories. Yeah, the stories about
Storylines,
characters.
everything,
Storylines.
characters.
Oh yeah, that was a long answer.
Yeah, I know. I was actually.
Yo, but
When are they
friends-
gonna answer my question?
Oh, you
I
have a
held it in.
question.
So
Hey, it's okay. Let's let it all out.
so from Tekken 1 to Tekken 5, the storylines are so good. Some of them are interconnected.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like, oh, if this character wins the tournament, this happens. If this character wins, this happens. And then Namco basically choose, oh, this is the main storyline, so this is what will definitely happen. Well, everyone else macam, oh, okay, so this, they didn't manage to win the tournament, but there's a new tournament, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Tekken 6.
What happened
and
there?
So is that bad?
Yeah, is that bad?
So like the story is more of like campur together, but then it went from it makes complete sense to what did I just watch? You know, like you're suddenly watching Ip Man 3.5, and then macam it's the beat up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Tekken 7. I think Tekken 7 so far is the worst storyline.
It is the worst.
Really?
Which is funny. Yeah. Like we didn't like 6, but 7 is easily the worst.
Easily the worst.
So mean.
Like even though, because the main storyline is there, so
Yeah.
that everyone knows catch up what's
What's
going
next,
on
yeah.
and etc. But then the thing that's missing is the other characters ending. It was not there. It is there, but it was so short. Like they're not focusing on storyline for Tekken 7. They're just focusing on the competitive scenes
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the Tekken World Tour,
Yeah.
but not about the casual players who just wants to watch the storyline and arcades.
Because it makes sense. I feel like right now competitive esports make so much money.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I feel like that's where Bandai Namco is like trying to go for it.
Yeah.
If feels bad.
It's funny because I don't think they made the game out of esports.
Probably not. Yeah.
No, they didn't because after a year the game came out and then they announced the Tekken World Tour. Now that they see there's a lot of people playing,
Yeah.
you might see something here. So they just made a bad game. Really, it's a bad story mode. They just started
Bad
off with
story
it.
mode,
I
yeah.
just want to release that game out, you know?
Because
Yeah.
I feel like the Tekken World Tours, I saw like a documentary-ish sort of vibe. So like how they started below and how it is now. So different, man.
It is.
It is so different. And then we have like Evo going on, Jua.
Mm.
Makes
Yo,
it
I-
much more like
I remember the one character. I forgot. What do you call this? The practice dummy.
Oh, Mokujin.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
I miss him.
What
I
is
miss
he?
him too. We
What
we
happened
wonder
to
as
him?
well. He's just gone from the story.
He's gone.
From when?
Really?
Since when?
7. He's not
7?
here. Yeah,
Seven,
he's
starting 7, he's not here.
Yeah, he was in every single game except for 7.
Seven.
it's probably gonna be a DLC.
We hope.
Yeah, we were hoping for the final DLC. He was one of the characters. Like, look at it. But he's not.
He's not.
He's not.
We got Leroy instead.
Yeah, we got
You got Leroy inside, broken character.
He is a monkey. Yes, everyone's move, right?
I don't know.
Where?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. I mean, he's basically have moves that's almost the same as other characters,
Yeah.
But better.
but better. That's why he's broken.
Yeah. And we talked about Leroy too much. Literally, this conversation has been going on for
Yeah,
1 month.
Leroy.
Oh wait, 2 months.
2 months, never mind.
Holy
And,
crap! It's been 2 months since we've been talking about this guy.
Okay, so another 2-3 more months till he gets snuffed.
hopefully it's next week. Really?
Yeah, we just
Probably
to get over
removed
it.
as well.
Remove?
Just boom.
Delete him.
Delete him.
Yeah.
Delete.
The fact that like top 8, like there's 6 Leroys.
Yes.
But the funny part is, it's the most exciting tournament. The most exciting top 8 we've ever watched.
It's kind of one of those things of like you heard the saying, every good story needs a good villain.
Yeah.
This is it.
This
But
is
we
it.
call it every good story needs a good Leroy. So that's what it all is.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. Everybody's been saying it. It's a thing.
Oh yeah, speaking of like FGC, I've seen a lot of his face.
Yes.
Stickers.
In the WhatsApp group.
So what's that all about, huh? How did his face?
It's a really good question. I don't know either. Suddenly, out of nowhere, someone made a sticker out of Mizan's face.
And
I
with a
think-
little caption there.
No,
as
they
well.
started making stickers out of our faces. It was from photos from tournaments.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
just took a there's a picture of Mizan just like all
Stop
serious.
recording.
It's fine.
It's not recording.
But at least
I guess so. I mean,
How
I
about
don't
this?
That was the goal.
know. That one's still going.
That was the goal. We're still fine there.
feels bad.
I'm just saying, this will stop recording.
So,
Also,
I think I know why. But I mean, we can continue.
yeah, we can just stop.
Because like on the third one, I black screen.
Oh yeah.
Because like I mean, audio form will be audio. But
okay, but yeah.
Bah.
Okay,
Mizan's face.
right. Yeah, Mizan's face. It started off with like someone just had stickers of our faces. But the one that kept popping up in the chat was Mizan for some reason. Everybody just loves this guy. And it kept digging and digging and digging. Eventually, people just went to his Facebook and took all the
Okay.
pictures.
Oh, really?
Sabar. You guys were not there yet. But before that, ada like some pictures of me. It was bad. But I have another friend who has stickers of my face. Like there's like 20 of them. So
20?
I just brought them in.
What is this?
Like,
What is this?
it all started there, like Fergus. I need a PNG of this picture so that I can put it on a T-shirt. I have the T-shirt right now.
Of your face.
What? No.
I do have the T-shirt. Hey, wait, it's not with me right now. It's at home, but it's
Yo.
legit there.
Picture of him doing this.
It's the same photo for the display picture before you guys went into the group. It was crazy. But the fact that tomorrow, it was stupid.
So you're the mascot, huh?
Basically, yeah.
The GC mascot.
Or you know when people say you're the face of the FGC, that sounds nice. No, I'm the mascot.
Pretty much.
So yeah.
It's actually hilarious.
Okay, but
No,
I mean,
I
like,
don't.
yeah,
I
it's a
don't.
good-
I don't. Because I use the stickers.
yeah.
Those
It's
are
a-
the latest one.
Yeah, the stickers are actually pretty funny as
Yeah,
well.
the one young that face.
Somewhere,
Because
the
video
caption,
came
I
out.
forgot the caption was.
The elastic nail.
Elastic.
Plastic nigga.
That was an old news. That video was 2017. Yeah, and then it was just a normal video. It was a Jubah Day in UTV.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Then someone cut that out and then showed it to me. I gave it to a friend of mine. Somehow circulated back to that guy yang keluarkan in the technique group. Semua orang dia, and then si Alit lagi, he just came into the group and then he just photoshopped that.
That was too good. We were having a blast looking at that video. What is this? What's he doing? I mean, some year you were like,
Yeah, I was small.
Oh yeah! So
Younger
that's
too.
when the intense
yeah,
stare
it's
Where it came from. But like that smile to me that
Yeah, elastic at the guy.
yeah, the last video.
Oh, it became a I know, it became a what do you call the sticker
Yep.
out of
Yeah.
the video.
Yeah,
Oh,
just progressed over and over.
Yeah.
At this point,
progressed.
But the thing is, right? What I'm like wondering, like, It's a lot of hard work just to make stickers, man.
I didn't do it. I didn't make him. Well, someone did.
Someone did.
Someone
Jin.
Someone took his face and put it on Jin. It's one of the stickers. Jin.
Yep, it's one of the stickers with
dedication.
I knew that's a lot of dedication, bro.
Jin Hamizama or something.
Oh my god.
Can I see the sticker? Do you have it right now?
Yeah,
So,
This is a little
I
bit.
think I
like-
saved it. Wait, let me see.
Of course you would say.
Of course you would say, "Why? That's you."
I know.
We have a lot of those stickers. Not just him. There's others too. But he's the face.
He's
Like
the-
legit, like 90% of our stickers is his face.
Yo.
We use it as like Twitch memes in the chat sometimes.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
essentially-
Jan Hazama.
Journalism.
I'll just send it in the Tekken group, but no.
Oh my.
Took me a while to see like, oh yeah, that's his face, Jito.
Exactly. It looks hilarious. In one way.
It's crazy.
There's a lot of good laughs.
I know.
Yeah. So
That's the FGC community, man.
yeah, that's the fighting games.
Oh my.
But sadly, that's the Tekken community is the one that's striving.
Yeah.
The other fighting games are
Either they're not existent or they're just really quiet.
mhm.
Because we used to have Street Fighter back in the day.
Uh-huh.
There's Smash. There's a lot of them,
Yeah.
but we just never heard of them.
Mhm.
That's the sad part. Like they're there. There's a
They're
lot of
just
players.
hiding in the corner.
Yeah, but they never like open themselves to the public. Like, hey, we're Smash We're Smash players.
Yeah. Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully
Yeah.
soon.
But yeah, I feel like, I mean, for Brunei, I feel like this Tekken has been like the main top dog fighting game.
For now.
Yeah. So what if Smash this came along? Would you try it out? Would you play?
Oh yeah, sure.
Definitely.
I'm down to play another fighting game that isn't Tekken. Really?
Okay. That doesn't use like the pay to win thing. Box.
No, you only have one controller for Smash. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
You only do.
You don't have
I
a
think
cross
it's the old NES
It's
one. I
they,
think.
they call it
GameCube.
GameCube ones. Yeah, the one that
Namanya
you,
GameCube.
you touch that.
Yep.
You played.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one at home.
The PG-13.
I have one.
13, man.
I have one of the controllers at home. I'm loving it so
Is
far.
it?
Yeah, I do.
The Nintendo one.
Yeah, the GameCube one.
Yep.
So I use that to play Smash. I am not good at it. I'm decent.
Did you guys remember? No, when you said that, I started to remember Game Boy.
Oh,
Do you guys remember that OG thing?
small thing.
That
Game Boy
thing,
Color.
You call all color.
Then
Advanced.
it went
Ah,
to
Game Boy
from
Advance.
Game Boy to Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
And
And then
the
PSP. If I'm not
Yo,
mistaken,
PSP. I really loved like the old PSP Tekken where you can like use.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not cable. It's Bluetooth ka.
No, it's LAN mo to.
Ad hoc. That's what they call it.
Yeah, ad
Oh,
hoc.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a sick function.
I
Because
had
like,
no
you just-
idea what it was, but it worked, and we're just gonna go with it.
Yeah,
Oh,
so mine's
no.
from my like
Yeah.
they're all like at one corner from my mind. Like,
It doesn't even use Wi-Fi, right?
I don't,
No,
I don't even know what ad hoc.
Me neither.
It just works.
I just played it at school.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah,
That's
same.
cool. Everybody
Don't do that.
After,
Kids, don't do
kids, Don't do that. Yeah, after exam,
We have
right?
Discord.
Remember?
Yeah,
After exam,
it's like for like
Yeah.
back in my day.
yeah, back in
my day.
the
Back
back
in
in
my
the
days.
primary days.
We had like people had PSPs, like the old like PSP
Oh.
1000s. Like everyone would just be playing after school.
After exam.
After
mostly,
exam,
mostly
most
after
of them,
exam.
Before exams.
Before exam too.
Which one did you guys have? PSP.
I got a 2000.
3000.
as well.
I
I got 1001.
I have 1001, but the battery exploded.
Same.
Oh my
Same.
god.
I had a battery problem and it just
Yeah.
didn't work.
Yeah.
So,
But I still have it up to this day.
yeah, me too. It's
So
at home as
it's
well.
just the battery
I don't know what
exploded.
it is right now, dude.
PSP Vita is like done with their manufacturing and
No,
stuff.
it's.
I mean, you
It's
know,
dead.
Oh, yeah, it's
I've seen
dead.
it,
It's
yeah.
dead.
It's dead.
It's like
I don't know
everyone-
why.
I mean, like they're not making as much, I think, from it. So
Yeah,
I'm trying to
I think it's because of the handphone as well.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
everybody has phones.
Yeah. Because back then as well, we don't have any headphones as well, right?
True.
Oh
just need a
yeah.
console.
That's why the PSP is on this fan.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Phone games are.
And then like what the Nintendo's apa ni?
3DS.
NDS.
Yeah, yeah. The
Oh,
NDS first.
NDS first,
Do
yeah.
you
NDS
remember
first.
when
Nintendo DS.
Nintendo went out and then they can just draw
Yeah, the
something on
touch
the
screen.
touch screen.
That was so mind blown, man.
Because like I think that was
No.
the first ever touchscreen thing
yeah.
Yeah.
for an iPhone.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool back then too for the Nintendo DS. So you guys have had DSs?
I never had.
I had
I had
3DS.
NDS.
A 3DS.
Yeah, I never had an NDS.
I got the DS. I still have it.
I got the normal
Still
DS.
works too.
I had the NDS, but it was my little sibling. Yeah,
Remember the Nintendo had a camera?
yeah,
And
that was
everyone
part of
was
NDS.
really hyped
yeah.
up as well.
So
Crazy.
like if you look at like cameras,
It's
now,
like it's like an iPhone, man.
Oh,
that
speaking-
thing, that
without
thing,
the contact.
without the SIM card.
Speaking of DS Piñato cameras, I still had mine, and I still have pictures of me when I was a kid.
Oh, wow.
Inside of that DS, and
Wow.
that like couple megabytes worth of SD card.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's me. It's still here? What?
I was so young.
Oh, we
So
are gonna
young.
say. So cool.
Screw.
Good old days.
That was good.
But yeah, I guess that wraps it up for episode 3. No,
Was a
episode
good
3?
laugh, man.
Yeah, this episode.
Episode 3.
It was a good. It was a good.
So we had me, your host for today. We have guests from fighting game community, Mizan and Kush. Hope you guys enjoyed, and an uninvited guest.
Yeah. That's me. Adi. The uninvited guest.
Yeah.
Invited, uninvited.
I invited and uninvited.
I
guest.
invited myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is Weekend Podcast episode 3. Hope you guys enjoy. See you guys again in the next one. Adios. Say bye.
See you guys.
See you guys.
That is so awkward.
Yes. It does. Woohoo. Ciao. Thanks.